Are you stuck with that frustrating skinny fat look? Not muscular, not lean, but soft around the edges. It's not your genetics, you're probably making these 10 mistakes. And once you fix them, you'll probably start to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. And be sure to stick around to number 1. This one is what most likely holds people back. Number 10, not cycling your carbs. You eat the same carbs every day, whether you're working out or not, whether it's the weekend or the weekday. Your carb intake doesn't change. Your behavior around carbs doesn't change. So you're eating the same amount of carbs every day. You don't actually prioritize if you're working out to eat more carbs. If you're not working out, to pull your carbs much lower than your workout days. So what this does, it drives belly fat because your body can't physically burn off those carbs that you're eating because your blood sugar is continuously spiking. Whereas if you was just to pull back on your carbs on your rest days and increase your protein, your blood sugar wouldn't spike. Therefore, your body would be able to burn off the belly fats that you have. Therefore, give you more of a chance to build muscle because you're increasing your protein. So that's number 10. So this would be my recommendations on your workout days of 50 grams of carbs more. On your non-workout days are 50 grams of carbs less. But use the calories to increase your protein intake so you stay full. Number 9, not eating enough healthy fats. Now, more healthy fats helps you manage your blood sugar. A bit like what I just mentioned then from eating more protein and lowering your carbs. Because if a person is eating more healthy fats, they'll most likely be managing their insulin sensitivity, which means when they do eat the carbs that they're eating, if they're eating enough healthy fats, the body can utilize those carbs as they drive them into the muscles. So if you're eating a good amount of healthy fats and carbs together, your blood sugar is not going to spike. Therefore, this means that you can start tackling belly fat and burn it off. Whereas if you're eating too many carbs, which I just mentioned before, and not enough healthy fats and protein, your blood sugar is just going to keep spiking. So increase your healthy fats from nuts, seeds, omega-3 fats from fish, oils, olive oil, and decrease your saturated fats from red meats and processed food, and you'll start burning off the belly fat that you have. Number 8 is skipping meals, mainly breakfast, I'd say. Most people that I know that are skinny fat skip breakfast. They're not used to getting up in the morning and having breakfast. They're always being on the go, grabbing a coffee and getting out of the house. Getting to work, that's their priority. But what they fail to do is they fail to fuel their body. If you're skipping breakfast, we know that has a direct knock-on effect to the rest of your day's eating habits and patterns. You'll probably overeat for lunch or choose the wrong food for lunch. You might eat more unhealthy snacks throughout the day if you've just skipped a meal. Remember, you're not just skipping a meal, you're skipping your body's need for those calories, protein, healthy carbs, etc., which it needs. So particularly first thing in the morning, when the body has been fasting all night through sleep, hyper recovering and using a ton of energy to recover your muscles, your brain, etc. The first thing you need to do in the morning, or within 2 to 3 hours within the morning, is eat. So don't skip a meal. What you'll find is you'll start to burn fat because you'll make better choices for the rest of your day. You'll probably eat less unhealthy snacks, and you'll probably reduce your sugar intake because you started with eating breakfast. Number 7, eating too much processed food. Now, this could be when you're busy at work, you order food through the apps, or on the weekends. If you're going out and about, you're eating in cafes, convenience stores, whether you're going and eating out with friends, or you're grabbing snacks as you're just getting about your day, you may be eating too much processed food. So it's really important that you reduce the amount of processed food that you're eating. Now, why is that important? Well, processed food generally has more calories. So if you're eating more calories, you're probably going to be struggling to lose belly fat. So whole foods, non-processed, can help you burn belly fat. So make sure that you base your food intake, shopping list, etc., around minimally processed. So some processed food is fine as long as it's minimally processed. Number 6, not setting a sleep routine, not having good sleep habits. Now, why is this a problem? It's a problem because if you don't sleep well, you'll get up the next day and you're going to feel tired. And if you're feeling tired, you're going to probably make the wrong choices with your food. Your decision making with your meals throughout the day is probably going to be poor. You may choose the wrong food. Now, this is down to hormones such as ghrelin and leptin. If you've not slept well, those hormones the next day can be out of balance. Therefore, it's really important that you have a good night's sleep, because if those hormones are imbalanced, you'll be craving more sugar, you'll want more processed food, and like I mentioned before, your decision making is just going to be poor. So you're not going to want to eat how you would normally if you slept well. Number 5, not tracking your calories. Now, this one caught me out many years ago. I was eating way too many calories, but most importantly, I weren't tracking them. I weren't tracking my calories. So now I set a target of how many calories I need. I put myself into a deficit, because when we're looking to burn body fat, we want to be in a small deficit. So it's important that you know how many calories you're consuming. And if you are tracking your calories, you'll know exactly how many calories that you're consuming and how many calories you're burning off. Make sure that you are in full control of how many calories that you eat. If you're not, then you'll probably overeat. Number 4, not hitting your protein targets. Commonly, I see people under-eating their protein. They're not eating enough of it. Now, this is causing them to keep that stubborn belly fat there, because if you're not eating enough protein, you're probably overeating on other foods, mainly sugar and too many carbs. So my advice is to set yourself a protein target for the day, and no matter what happens in the day, you hit that target. And base all of your meals around your protein target. Starting off with breakfast, which is what I mentioned, high amount of protein for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And what you'll find is you're able to hit your protein targets much more efficiently if you base all of your meals around high protein dishes. This will help you torch belly fat. Number 3, not strength training. You may be prioritizing cardio as a direct way to lose belly fat, but we know that cardio burns body fat minimally, particularly if you're doing it too often. The metabolic rate slows down. Most people that have visceral belly fat actually don't do much strength training. They do cardio, they go for a run here and there, but it's not intense enough. And the strength training that they need to be doing, they're not doing. So a strength training plan can help you build muscle. Now, what will that directly do? Well, building muscle directly helps you burn fat, because the more muscle mass you have on you, your metabolic rate will increase, and you'll actually start burning off fat quicker when you're sedentary, when you're sat down at work. You'll be burning off fat much faster than if you weren't strength training. That's why it's important to not put all your attention into cardio, but have a balance of strength training and cardio. That's the best way to burn fat and build muscle at the same time. Number 2, skipping leg day. Now, if you are going to the gym and working out, doing strength training, you may be skipping deadlifting, squatting, lunges, and all the big movements, compound movements on your legs. You may be prioritizing just working your arms or your abs, or cardio that I mentioned before. So you're skipping heavy lifting on your legs. Now, this is very important because we know that when you train legs, you've got a higher chance of building muscle, because legs are your biggest muscle groups in your body. So make sure you don't skip leg day. Have at least 1 or 2 sessions per week into your current training routine where you're working in your big movement. Number 1, not being consistent on the weekends. You'll be pretty consistent maybe throughout the week with your food planning, eating in batch. You may be really good with eating breakfast, but on the weekends, that all changes. You stop prioritizing your protein, you don't eat enough whole foods, which I just mentioned, and you're just not able to keep that consistency going on the weekends that you have during the week. And this means that any fat that you may have been burnt off during the week could easily get put back on the weekends if you're lacking consistency. So there you have my 10 mistakes keeping you skinny fat. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please comment, like or share, and I wish you all the best of luck. I hope it all works out for you. Have a great day and bye for now.